I'm in my final semester of college. Woo! But I'm not really that excited. I know most people would be very, very excited. These questions that are flooding my brain are: what am I outside of the career I'm chasing? What career am I chasing that will actually accomplish my goals? Are the dreams of 10-year-old, 4-year-old Mitchell actually still worth chasing? Who gave me these dreams? Who put these visions in my head? And am I actually doing what's necessary for me to get there? This has been on my mind heavily. My college experience is not that long. I've only been in college for one semester, two semester, three semester, four semester, 5 semesters. Technically okay, yeah. Yeah, but technically I took a class every summer. So I've been in college since 2019 because I took community college classes, and it's 2025. So technically I've done 6 years of college and whatnot, but actual 4-year degree, 2 years and a half, right? I have not had a long college experience. I have not even had the traditional college experience. I went to one university in a different state, Oklahoma, not that far, 3 hours away. Then I go to another university in Texas, in Dallas, Richardson to be more specific. I go to UTD, right? I've always dreamed about becoming a doctor. And now that I'm getting close, my doubts are so heavy. And that's not a bad thing. It's okay to have doubts. If people don't have doubts, that's good. But I want to ask you, what are you really doing it for? I think it's good to be critical. I think it's very good to actually question why you're doing something, then actually make the decision to keep going forward. But where it's bad is if you keep doubting yourself and not moving forward. Stagnation's what truly kills people. Okay, I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos. I watched. There's actually this one YouTube video that was really famous. It was this neuroscientist who was a doctor for a couple years, and he's no longer a doctor, and he was going on a hike, and he like kind of explained his own medical journey and whatnot, and the problems with medicine. Medicine is not a perfect field. I know this. Medicine has so many ethical problems. I don't even think medicine's medicine anymore. It's the healthcare industry. An industry is focused on profit, right? U.S. GDP, 1/6 of it comes from healthcare, the healthcare sector. 1/6. If you don't know, I don't know either how much the U.S. Makes with healthcare money wise, but there's healthcare companies that make billions of dollars a year. So let's just say, bare minimum, at least $100 billion is coming from healthcare, profit wise. That's crazy. Okay, here's my dilemmas, here's my thoughts, and what's going on through my head. I want to become a doctor because I want to help people. Yay! I graduated out of college, go into medical school, become closer towards helping people. Yay! But the reality is, I graduate college, get into med school, go through this journey, inquire depth, then yeah, that's how you say it correctly, and then I do the things that are necessary for me to become a doctor, and boom. Okay, there's the delusion side and there's the realism side. And sometimes in my brain, they like clash. But you have to be aware of both. Okay, whoop de doo, I'm a doctor, I get to help people save lives. But at the same time, the reality part is, even though I'm saving your life financially, I'm not helping you. But that's not a doctor's fault, technically, because it's the healthcare system's fault. Because we're focused on money, we're never going to actually treat somebody like a human, right? We're still facing issues of healthcare should be a universal right or should it not be? Or healthcare should, like the United, most countries that are first world countries have healthcare as a universal right, universally free. Whatnot, whatnot. America is behind on that. Why is that? We're addressing problems, but we're not addressing the real humanity problems, right? Homelessness, right? Homelessness comes from multiple factors: mental health issues, rising inflation. Um, there's more stuff that I probably can't think about, but homelessness, the idea that come to my mind is mental health issues and rising inflations. People can't afford to actually live, right? The minimum wage jobs don't pay enough for you to afford anything. People are living paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck. Then they get kicked out of their homes. Then they're evicted, become homeless. There's government programs that literally help people, but at the same time, they don't. Homelessness is illegal in most states. So what happens when people are homeless? Police will come and kick you out of the area. For example, I went to the grocery store yesterday. Albertsons. It's either Albertsons or Thumb Thumb. They look the same. This I'm assuming homeless lady pushing her shopping cart, standing there, and she was asking people to help her and whatnot. Okay, I noticed one thing. My friend noticed another thing. I saw a woman sitting on the floor. I assumed she was homeless. She had a shopping cart. I saw a bunch of scratches and scars all over her body. My friend saw a bottle of alcohol right next to her that was unopened that she was drinking out of. We see different issues, but we don't actually address the real problem. First, I don't actually know what the real problem is, but I do know there are issues that lined up that brought her to the state that she's in. Alcohol is probably not helping, but I can't speak truly about her situation, right? I think a lot of us, especially in college, are so privileged that we can't really understand what other people are going through. Um, College is a privilege, not a right, sadly. Most people can't afford to go to college. I mean, FAFSA now basically gives out free tuition to people whose parents make at least less than 100K, I think. Yeah, and that's amazing. Education is something that changes lives for the long term. My parents swear by education. The best way to change a community's life for the long term is education. If we want to affect generations, we educate, educate, educate. We give them education, we give them financial literacy, then we increase their nutrition. That's actually how we solve real problems, right? If we want to fix the ghettos, why do people sell drugs? People sell drugs because people do not have enough money. People sell drugs because they're hungry. Like, okay, what do? We give people food, make it more affordable. The cost of living in America is way too high. Inflation, not a real thing. Inflation is just a thing because us companies, businesses, increase the prices of things and everybody catches up. There's literally a business tactic where you increase your prices by 6% every quarter or every 2 quarters. It's such a small number that nobody truly notices. People think that discounts are real. Discounts are not real. And like a business is making profit no matter what. A business is not a business unless it makes profit. I'm going on this whole entire ramble, but let me drag you back to the whole point of this message. Outside of your career, who are you? I think a lot of us, we have these goals, we have this pictured life of what we want, and when we get closer and we actually accomplish the goals, we realize we were chasing something that wasn't what we were actually wanting to chase. Okay, let me phrase it like this. Some people want to be mothers, right? So I'm going to get a job that allows me income, save up a little bit, get married, create a lifestyle that I want to become a mother. That's what I want to do, right? Then you're doing the things that are actually necessary to get there. But along the way, you do different things and you get there, but not really, right? On the internet nowadays, I see a lot of people leaving their corporate jobs, and obviously corporate will never have you happy truly. But if your life relies on just one subject, you will never be complete. You will never be happy. For a little while, shoes made me happy. Shout out Doc Martin. Shoes made me happy. They made me feel complete. But no, never that. When I get to my goals, the goals that I chased in the past actually make me happy? The answer is no. Because temporary things will not actually solve our problems. We can think they will, but they truly won't. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm becoming closer and closer and closer and closer to becoming the doctor I dreamed about. But the honest truth, the doctor I had dreams about is not actually what's going to make me happy. When I was a kid, only thing I wanted to do was help out cancer patients. Still do. I wanted to help out this guy named Uncle Ezekiel. He's like the grandfather I never had. Just wanted to take care of him, take care of my parents, help my mom and dad. That's it. And now I want to traverse the whole world and have conversations. Not like they oppose each other, but the dreams of my childhood kind of get replaced somehow. Then we realize those were the things we actually always wanted. Like, my parents were telling me that one of their friends is getting to do what they really want now. It takes time to get there, but a lot of us are not willing to wait to get there. But a lot of us also, we sacrifice so much we actually never do the things we wanted to do. And of course they change, but when the career fails, when that identity that you place that reality in fails you, who are you? Without that 100K job, without six figures, who are you? A lot of us don't have perspective on life to actually live. We go on autopilot so much that we don't actually know what's happening around us. It's kind of sad, but yeah. I don't want to just end there. I want to challenge you to rediscover you. Get a journal. Write down what you want to do. Like, okay, what do I actually want to do? What do I want to do? And how do you get there? If you want to be a mother, you know you have to find a partner, somebody who, like, you're comfortable inheriting their genes and da. And, you know, do the deed and whatnot. Financially be okay to be a mother and do all those things. But yeah, there's so many core issues that we're not solving because we're addressing outside points and not actually addressing the main point. To solve problems, you must actually try to solve the problem. A lot of us are not solving problems. Obviously, because of greed, you can make more money if the problem is not actually solved. Second thing is pride. We actually don't want to solve the problem or listen to anybody else because it's not our idea. And ignorance. Ignorance is a form of pride. But yeah. Yeah. When that career fails you and all that, who are you?